Assalamu alaikum. Cinemas have reopened, movies have started airing again, which is exciting for people who like the movies. अब हम जाके latest पाकिस्तानी movie देख रहे हैं हर ईद पर और ईद के बाद भी. मेरे लिए ये और exciting है because उस movie के आने से पहले I get to interview the actors that are part of the movie and I ask them questions about it and other questions that I want to ask them that are unrelated to the movie also come up. So today I'm meeting Naveen, Waqar and Osama, Tahir and I'm so excited because I remember thinking about interviewing them a while back. I even mentioned it to Osama when I bumped into him this one time that an interview has to be done and this movie is the perfect opportunity and I get both of them together, which is great. There are so many dramas that they've done, so many roles that they've played before Karma, which releases in a few days. So there's a lot to ask them about Karma and about other things. Thank you for meeting me, both of you.
Thank you so much for having us.
And I think this is your first interview?
Yes,
related to Karma, is
yes,
it?
Yes.
Or second?
Actually,
Is it?
it's
First detailed interview?
Yeah, first one. Yes.
That's yeah, that's correct.
That's very exciting, right? Because all your answers will be unprepared, organic.
yeah. We're gonna make a fool.
बोलेंगे.
I will not hurt, but I will make a fool out of myself for sure. Let's
Acha.
do it.
Acha. That's so. I love that. Please promise me you'll do that. But no, this movie, Karma, it's a new genre.
It
Does
is.
that scare you or excite you?
Well,
Ladies
it
first.
is. Yes, thank you
Of
for
course.
that. Yes, it's a completely new genre. I don't think anybody has delved into something like this before. It's,
In Pakistani
yes,
cinema,
Yes,
hai
in
na?
Pakistani cinema. It's a new age crime thriller, which is amazing because I waited a while before I took on the big screen. You know, I've done a lot of plays and everything, but I always thought to myself, if I did transition onto the big screen, I would wait for something that was different. This, I think, checked all the boxes. It's
Acha.
something, yeah. I think
इतनी
Osama will
different है.
agree कि ऐसी फिल्म अभी तक पाकिस्तान में पहले नहीं बनी है.
See, the thing is that it's not a rom-com.
Yeah.
It's not a comedy. It's not a romantic film either. The go-to films जो अमूमन हम बनाते हैं, nor is it a horror comedy flick or anything along those lines, right? Which we are used to see through either
It's
India
a crime
or
thriller, right?
It is a crime thriller.
It's a revenge
Yeah.
crime thriller.
Revenge crime
Yes.
thriller.
Well, yeah, they're all. There has to be the element of revenge, right? Otherwise, where's the fun?
Yeah.
So even when I got wind of the script and when Kashan and Fawad, they contacted me to
हाँ.
come and audition, I was like, okay, interesting. You guys are doing something different. Cool. Sure, I'll meet you guys. So जाके जब मिले, फिर जब उन्होंने मुझे बताना शुरू किया, I was like, wait. The film is what now? And what's happening? Oh,
अच्छा,
that's
आप
happening.
लोग expect नहीं कर रहे थे.
Absolutely
किस तरह की
not.
movie
I
है?
had no idea whatsoever. So Jale and Naveen, they were casted way before.
Okay.
Jale told me a bit कि एक है film बहुत ज़बरदस्त है, उसमें मैं काम कर रही हूँ.
This is your second movie with Jale.
This is coincidentally, yeah, my second film, and which is also with Jale.
हाँ.
So I got the script and I read it, and then I was like, huh.
Oh.
This has fun in it.
Yeah.
Like as an actor, there are fun elements in it, and the story itself was exciting. Okay, it's quick, it's very fast paced.
Yeah.
So all of that got me really excited. कि भाई इसको नहीं छोड़ना, ये तो
अच्छा.
करना है. हाँ, ये करना
ऐसी
है.
स्क्रिप्ट थी जिसे छोड़ना नहीं था.
Yeah, होता ये है कि you get a lot of offers for a lot of different types of genres and everything. Like he said, या तो romance होता है, या horror होता है, या horror comedy होता है. But for us to do something like this, it was very exciting, and the script has so many twists and turns. यानी अगर आप फिल्म देखने जाएंगे, which inshallah I'm hoping you guys will, आप एक सेकंड के लिए भी अपनी आंखें इधर से उधर, अपना अटेंशन जो है वो हटा नहीं सकते फिल्म से. कहानी, क्योंकि आपको पता नहीं चलेगा कि अगले सेकंड क्या
अच्छा, ये आप स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ के बोल रही हैं और एक्ट करके कि मूवी देख के बोल रही हैं?
ये हम लोग स्क्रिप्ट, एक्टिंग और जो हमने रशेस कहते हैं उनको,
मूवी नहीं देखी लेकिन आपने
अभी तक नहीं.
अभी तक तो नहीं देखी हमने.
लेकिन हमें एक आइडिया है क्योंकि
ये ट्रस्ट है आपको कि जिसमें ये.
But this is also Kashan, right?
हाँ.
Kashan ने बोला मैं तुम्हें नहीं दिखा रहा. Why? नहीं बस you're not seeing it.
अच्छा.
Come on, please. I really want to see it because I'm excited about it. और कह रहा nope. Premiere.
तो आप प्रीमियर पे देखेंगे.
हाँ.
प्रीमियर होगा इस मूवी का?
Yes,
Inshallah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, on the 1st.
All right.
So.
Oh, okay. Right around the corner. Have you decided your clothes?
No, I haven't.
No idea.
Actually.
I'm probably gonna wear a t-shirt and a jacket on top. Maybe. I don't know.
It's not jacket weather,
It's really not.
Yeah.
but it looks good in the pictures.
It does. I mean, it's all about the pictures. किसने क्या पहना है? If it were up to me, I would, just pick my most comfortable basic outfit and I would just put it on.
I mean,
and
going
just
to the
go have
movies
fun.
is supposed to be
Yeah,
that way.
it's supposed
Let's
to
just
be
do
But
that.
a movie premiere
Let's
is
just
not
do that.
supposed to
Yeah,
be
let's
that
just
way.
put on our like worn down boots, jeans, and a
I would
t-shirt
love
and just
to.
go like that.
I would love to.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. but अच्छा ठीक है तो आप बड़े confidently I'm glad you guys are so confident about it. I hope that your words ring true और वाकई जो स्क्रिप्ट में है और जो आपने एक्टिंग किया है उतनी ही इंटरेस्टिंग मूवी हो क्योंकि पाकिस्तानी सिनेमा अभी भी शुरुआत में ही है थोड़े से आगे
बिल्कुल।
निकल गया तो हम कभी कभी कुछ सोचते हैं कुछ और निकल जाता है एक्टर्स भी वही सोचे हुए होते हैं ऑडियंस भी ट्रेलर
Yeah,
देख
yeah,
के सोच
absolutely.
रही होती है.
See,
You never know.
my perspective really is from an actor's point of view, right? जो मैंने काम किया है.
हाँ.
After reading it, एक perspective बनता है, फिर जब आप उसको करते हैं, उसका एक अलग perspective बनता है. So when I acted out the scenes and the really good thing was that we shot, I think, about 80% of the film in sequence.
अच्छा. Oh.
So that really helps.
Really helps.
हाँ.
That really helps.
But that's a lot of effort and a
It
lot
is.
of time slotted away for this movie.
Yep.
है ना?
Yep,
क्योंकि
yep,
कुछ सीन्स होंगे जिनमें आप नहीं हैं लेकिन आप वेट करेंगे उन सीन्स
Yeah.
के खत्म होने का और
Also, what उससे होता ये है कि as an actor you get to build your character.
हाँ.
Yeah.
आप शुरू से करना शुरू करते हैं कि अच्छा ठीक है मैंने शुरुआत यहाँ से की थी अब
Organically.
arc किस तरह जाएगा
हाँ.
so you go along with the story and उसमें मजा आता है जब हम आगे पीछे जंप करके सीन्स करते हैं तो it gets a little difficult because A you're short on time
Yeah.
B हमारी rehearsals नहीं होती यानी जब भी हम करना
Second,
चाहते
yeah,
हैं
yeah,
उतनी
it's a really big
rehearsals
problem.
नहीं होती because obviously everybody has
Their own schedules. Yeah.
ये भी busy होते हैं Jale is busy I'm busy so for us to actually for Kashan actually to have shot the movie entirely in a way where he was comfortable getting into character and I was comfortable it made a huge difference and one of the biggest I think quirks के लिए इसको क्या कि I think 90% of the movie is in the car
Yeah.
Sorry.
जिसमें
from
ओसामा
गाड़ी
को किडनैप करके बंद किया हुआ है
I'm
गाड़ी
in the
में
car he's in the car
हाँ.
Jale's in the car every like
most scenes
most
are
scenes
within
are.
the
So,
four wheels.
Yeah. So shooting in that confined space and taking the story forward and doing action within the confined space of a car, it's very challenging. And I have to say, Kashan has done such a great job.
लेकिन ये फिल्म है और फिल्म जो है वो रिस्की होती है पाकिस्तान में फिल्म अक्सर चलती नहीं है हमने अभी बहुत सारे एग्जांपल्स देखे
Yeah.
आप लोग तो ईद पे भी नहीं आ रहे जो आप ओरिजिनली आ रहे
I
थे
actually think that's a good thing.
Okay, yes, good.
Right,
I also think so.
Yeah, because now kind of it's become like जो जा रहा होता है सिनेमा, this is my perception, कि जो सिनेमा जा रहा होता है ईद पे फिल्म देखने के लिए वो एक स्पेसिफिक आइडिया के साथ जा रहा होता है फिल्म देखने, right? उसको एक स्पेसिफिक चीज चाहिए from that 2 hours, 3 hours, however long they are over there, and the kind of money that they spend as well, right? So coming offbeat, not only does it open it up to the idea कि अच्छा this is not meant to be those kinds of commercial films, though I do believe that this is a commercial film 100%, but it caters to a different mindset or a different approach to what our movies can be, right? So I think for that reason coming out not in Eid only makes it so much better कि मतलब बंदा सोचे अच्छा कारमा कोई मूवी आई है कारमा के नाम से Carma naam hai with a C, right? So and then you see the trailer and then you
The trailer actually kind of grips you and then you get curious.
Yeah.
Because the trailer indicates that the movie is a different kind of movie. कुछ नई बात है.
And
Typical
also
rom-com नहीं है.
Yeah, and like he said that when जब Eid pe ya on special occasions when there are 5-6 movies coming together it turns into a competition rather than actually going to the cinema and seeing something and be mesmerized by it or fascinated by it.
True.
You know? So for us, I think I'm not looking at this movie thinking, oh, it's going to be in the race for something. No, it's going to be different. It's going to hopefully pull the audiences into the cinema, and they're going to realize कि हमारे यहाँ ऐसी फिल्में बन सकती हैं, and they're fun. You know, they're fun to watch. They're entertaining in a different way. हाँ, इसमें कोई dances नहीं हैं और उस तरह की चीजें नहीं हैं.
But to compensate, there's a crap ton of action.
There's
like
lot
a lot
going
of
on.
fun
There's
action.
no song either, right?
No, we have songs.
No, we do have songs in it. They're
But
like
is it in the-
situational
Yeah.
music and songs,
right, right.
Not performances.
Not
Yeah.
performances, yeah.
But you know, again, it's offering something completely different. And जितने भी लोग मुझे बहुत कहते हैं हमारी audiences में जितने भी, you know, once you get feedback for a certain play or whatever, and people are like, आप कुछ different क्यों नहीं करते? You know, we want something different. We want to watch different things. So now we did something different.
Yeah.
So
And
go
also
watch
we're like,
it.
so would we like to do something different, man?
Yeah.
I mean, actors want to do things that are different also. It's
Always,
just that the
always.
scripts that come your way
You get to
are a
polish your
certain
art, you know.
formula. And that formula works, by the way, big time.
It does.
But it doesn't fulfill your creative urges.
It does.
You started off with theatre,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You, I know from Humsafar.
Well, I started
As a VJ?
As a VJ.
And
Before
then-
That's
that,
right,
I
yeah.
was on radio, actually. I
Oh.
started off with radio, and then I went on to being a VJ, and then I went on to Humsafar with the acting thing.
Humsafar, which was a huge sensation,
Yeah.
but it also kind of put you in a box
It
as
does.
the evil woman. Is that why for a while then you did not do evil roles?
You know, a lot of people don't know this. I love doing an evil role because you
Even
get
now?
so much room for performance.
But you don't mind people cursing at you on social media and saying
No.
कि क्यों नहीं चली जाती है गाली? You know how
I've
emotional
had
our
my
audience can be.
fair share of that. With Humsafar, it was the same. Then I did Mahitamam, where
Huh.
it's about a good girl, and then she goes bad, and she goes really bad. But you know, to people's credit, they sort of understood where she was coming from. Even
Acha.
with Sarah, I had a lot of sympathy for her. You know,
इतनी भी नहीं थी.
a lot. In fact, we were celebrating uski Humsafar ki anniversary, and the amount of feedback that I got, people saying कि उसके साथ गलत हुआ, she shouldn't have offed herself, you know, and I was like, wow, you know, people get it, because I also had a lot of issues with the way the character एकदम से उसका end हो गया. That should not have happened.
हाँ, that
You know,
was
that was not the message that I wanted
that
to
was
give
abrupt.
to
But I
the
think
audiences.
that's what made it even more like, huh?
Yeah,
What?
I think that. But I would love to do, you know, a really.
अच्छा तो
good-
आप दोनों and Osama, मुझे याद है अभी जब रुसवाई में when you were playing the brother, the spineless brother who kept getting pushed around by the women, I remember logging onto Twitter and looking at how people were sick of your character, okay?
Yeah.
So that happens, you know.
Yeah.
Audience हमारी बहुत emotional हो जाती है ड्रामे देख के,
Yeah.
फिर गालियाँ भी देती है, कभी थोड़ा सा परेशान होगी और कभी बहुत बदतमीजी करेगी.
Yeah.
Does that worry you guys जब ट्विटर पे लोग गालियाँ देने लगते हैं या बदतमीजी करने लगते हैं?
No. Not, I mean, well, okay, so I don't have the same.
She played like
Fame
the
as-
absolute villain to the Fawad Mahira romance. So
Right,
she
right.
had a different kind of hate being poured towards
Yeah,
her.
it's a
I had
different-
people
it's a different
stopping me in
level.
the street and saying, "How could you do this to Khira?" Then I was like, "Bro, get out of it!
Damn.
Like, what is going on?" That scared me. But you know, it was my first play, so it scared me in that regard. That I was like, "ये भी होता है? ये क्या हो रहा है?"
आदत ही नहीं थी
So
ना
that
कि ये
was,
होगा.
I was not prepared for it.
And what about you
मेरे
in
साथ
Ruswai?
that didn't happen, right?
अच्छा.
So nobody came up to me and said कि क्यों कर रहे हो ऐसा या ऐसा क्यों नहीं हुआ? What did happen was कि आप कितने अच्छे भाई हैं.
अच्छा.
आप कितने अच्छे भाई हैं. I became Pakistan's favorite brother. For a little while. I was like, okay, cool. So that happened, but I think having either कि लोग आपको गालियाँ दें या आपकी तारीफ करें, I think it's the same. I think you amount to the same, because one that gives you acknowledgement कि आपने अपना काम किया है as an actor.
हाँ,
that you
आपने
made it
काम अच्छा
believable.
किया, convincing काम किया.
आपने believable किया ना कि so the person can hate you so much. Otherwise बात फीकी रह जाती.
हाँ.
So I think that is very good, and I think also this is why we need to do. It's a bit of a segue, but theater and films on the same level or same thing, so you can keep trying different things and show.
ताकि
कि भाई
थोड़ी
देखो हम
diversity आए ना,
ये
थोड़ा
भी
mix
है.
आए characters का.
So see, I think that's one of the really big things that in Pakistan at least, or the subcontinent anyway, is that we really associate the character with the actor, right? And that happens with series all over the world as well. Like if Chandler is Chandler, then Matthew Perry is Chandler, no matter what happens, right? So we need more work, which is short narratives, right? Something that doesn't go on forever and ever and ever. So like a film or a theater, it begins and ends within
2 hours, 3 hours.
3 hours,
yes.
whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So then you get to really show what you are and show what you can do and be lovely or conniving or spineless or whatever the character's motivations are for the story. Right?
Like coming back to your question regarding people being Battameez and all of that, I think there is always room for constructive criticism because that is what helps an actor grow. You know, sometimes when you're in that character, you don't see certain things that maybe other people can see and they question you about it, and then you think to yourself that, oh, you know, ये तो सही कह रहा है, ये भी हो सकता था, ये इस तरह भी हो सकता था.
हाँ, लोग इतना analyze करते हैं.
बहुत ज़्यादा, बहुत analyze करते हैं. As far as the गालियाँ and all of that is concerned, I think that is unnecessary. But unfortunately, once you're on social media, there is no boundary. लोगों को वो फाइन लाइन नजर ही नहीं आती कि अगर आप किसी की तारीफ भी करें तो वो भी एक दायरे में रह के करनी चाहिए. अगर आप किसी को
ऐसे नहीं होता ना, हमारे यहाँ ऐसे नहीं होता.
And unfortunately, not just here but world over, I think social media has given people this idea that they can say whatever they want and then they can get away with it.
Are you happy with where your career is right now as actors?
No. I think that there's so much that I want to explore as an actor.
Oh, right.
You know?
Right.
नहीं, जैसे रोज कर रहे हैं, आपका जो repertoire है पूरा,
या पूरी दुनिया में एक एक्टर को चॉइस मिलती है. You know, कि like he said, you play the good guy or the bad guy or the spineless guy or the evil guy. यहाँ पे boxes हैं.
Good, bad,
चार
भाभी,
boxes हैं.
बहन.
हाँ. उन चारों में से आपको उठा के डालते रहते हैं. There's no other character available. या वो लिखा नहीं जाता या कहानी वैसे नहीं होती.
तो फिर क्या करते हैं जब ऐसे होता है? तो क्या करते हैं?
रहते हैं.
काम करते हैं कि काम
करना पड़ता है
या
because
काम
it's-
कम कर देते हैं?
I'm known for the fact that I don't do a lot of plays because मैं चाहती हूँ काम करना. I want to work, but I want to do different things. You know, मैं कितनी बार वही evil भाभी play कर लूँगी या मैं कितनी बार वही jilted lover play कर लूँगी कि हाय उसके पीछे मत जाओ, मैं मर जाऊँगी. You get sick of it as an actor, and you know people make fun of us about कि ओ आप तो वही कर रही हैं, ओ आप तो वही कर रही हैं. भाई हमारा काम है. You know, we have to. This is our bread and butter by the end of the day. So you have to pick maybe one script out of the 15 similar scripts that are given to you. You know. So it's for me personally, and this is my opinion, not a very good place to be as an actor, you know, because जो हम करना चाहते हैं, जिस तरह का काम हम देखते हैं पूरी दुनिया में हो रहा है.
तो फिर क्या आपको क्या
absolutely.
लगता है 10 साल बाद आपको अपनी कहानी कहाँ जाती लगती है as an actor working in Pakistan?
Maybe I'll start producing, you know, the kind of content that I
That
keep
you want
saying
to-
that I want to see. Because I think अब लोगों को, because OTT platforms ने एक चीज़ अच्छी कर दी है कि चाहे वो dramas हों या series हों या shorts हों, लोगों ने अब थोड़ा सा different topics पे ये चीज़ें बनानी शुरू कर दी हैं. लोगों ने देखना शुरू कर दिया.
हाँ, थोड़ा चेंज आ रहा है.
दिमाग खोल रहे हैं. You know, people want to see something. I recently did something that I had such a great time doing because I played an agent who is like an agent who क्या कहना चाहिए, वो investigate करती है cheaters को.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It was so much fun because
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
proper suited booted this chick and she's like, "Kahan the tum is time pe? Tumhari girlfriend hai to ye ka?" And you know, like proper interrogation. And it was so much fun because it's something I haven't done before. So for me as an actor, now I started looking for roles, not कि ये इस channel पे चलेगा और ये यहाँ चले. No, I want to experiment as an actor. चाहे वो OTT platform हो, चाहे वो shorts हो, चाहे वो series हो. So you know, मैं तो उस जगह पर हूँ.
आप किस जगह पर हैं?
हम इस जगह पर हैं कि so last time I did theater was 5 years ago.
हाँ, अच्छा.
And sometime I think last year मेरा दिमाग ना थोड़ा क्रैक करना शुरू हो गया था कि अच्छा वही चीज़ मतलब see drama format is a very specific kind of job, right? For an actor, it's a very different kind of a job. आप आए, सीन मिला, आप पूछें भाई किस एपिसोड का है, कौन सा सीन है, इससे पहले क्या होता है, इसके बाद क्या है, कपड़े कौन से हैं, ये क्या है, वो क्या, अच्छा यहाँ पे what am I feeling, what's happening, and then you just go and you do it. The master shot is your rehearsal.
Yeah.
The close-ups or the two shots are where you actually get to perform, right?
Save the tears for the close.
Yeah, exactly,
always.
exactly. And I've always wasted them. Always.
अच्छा, you end up crying at for the wrong shot.
I mean, for the first performance, right? पहली shot पे, be it a master, be it whatever it is. When I'm gonna feel it, I'm gonna feel it.
Yeah.
Right? बाहर अमूमन क्या करते हैं कि वो आपका close पहले लेते हैं.
हाँ.
फिर वो आते हैं उस पे.
अच्छा.
Yeah, because you can only give an intense performance
The
twice,
first
maybe.
time, the second time, yes.
That's like maximum 3 times if you're really good, right? You can't do the same thing again and again, one after the other with no breaks, right? So that job becomes mechanical.
Monotonous हो जाता है.
Very monotonous, right? You're basically, you have your bag of tricks and then you take out, oh, angry, oh, sad, and then you just go and you do it. There's no character thought. There's so many times where I've done scenes where it's like, wait, that's something I do. That's not the character. I do that. A hand gesture, for example, right? Like, for example, this is something I do. And if I do it in a scene, I'll see my hand. I'm like, oh, yaar. I'm not in it. I'm not in the scene.
अच्छा, तो last year ये सब बातों से दिमाग क्रैक होने लगा.
क्रैक होने लगा कि देखो अब थोड़ा टाइम आ रहा है कि आप वापस रूट्स की तरफ जाएं.
अच्छा.
थिएटर की तरफ वापस जाएं. So hopefully we're planning on something in November.
That means that you will be giving weeks upon weeks for rehearsals and for stage performances. Time that could be spent doing a TV drama जिससे आपको पैसे ज़्यादा मिलते हैं, है ना? आप ये sacrifice करने को willing हैं?
One has to.
हाँ.
Like for somebody in my position, I'm not loaded with money. What I have is what I've earned, and that's what it is, and that's how everyone is actually. But I have to make that decision कि भाई, if I want to improve as an actor, if I want to really push myself, I have to take a cost, and that is the financial cost.
So where do you see yourself 5 years from now? I just asked you the same question.
Hopefully, working along the lines of making theater something that every actor can do and should do. I really believe that because see, I would have said cinema, but cinema के logistical चीज़ें बहुत हैं, पैसा बहुत है. There's insane amounts of investment needed to grow that industry, right? Theater not so much, and you have the same amount of seats, right? 200 हो गए, 250 हो गए, 400 हो गए, 450 हो गए, चले 450 seats हो गई. You sell them for a month with a solid play and solid marketing and really good production. Why won't people go and see it? But see, like if we develop theater and films in Pakistan properly, all of this goes out the window. Why? Because theater में सबसे बड़ा जो फायदा है आपको उसी वक्त
immediate response from the audience response and money.
छोड़ दें. That's I don't.
Money.
I think that's regardless. Like that doesn't matter, right? If somebody who's in shock may gasp, may just be quiet, may scream. So the reactions are one should not pay attention to that, right? Pay attention to how many people come the next day. And how much money is in the bank, right? Once we get that profitable, I'm serious. I really feel like then actors will think, why should I do TV?
They'll flock to theatre. It'll be a good option
It's
other
a
than
monopoly, basically. If you see it like that, right now everyone knows that agar aapko if you want to sustain your earning, you cannot think cinema all the time. You have to
आपको
think
टीवी ड्रामा
television.
सोचना है.
Yeah.
अच्छा,
काफी
तो
बात है
टीवी
यार.
ड्रामा में काम करने के लिए और अच्छे प्रोजेक्ट्स ज़रूरी नहीं है. अच्छा प्रोजेक्ट ज़रूरी नहीं है अच्छी स्टोरी हो. अच्छा प्रोडक्शन हाउस, अच्छे पे मास्टर्स जो टाइम पे पे कर दें, अच्छे
It has to be the whole package.
या
you
तो
know?
वो हासिल करने के लिए क्या नेटवर्किंग और लोगों से मिलना, लोगों से दोस्तियों करना ज़रूरी होता है?
Well, you can. Like, I don't know how networking can contribute to being a good storyteller.
नहीं, आपकी डायरेक्टर से दोस्ती है तो वो
Yeah.
आपको अगले ड्रामे में भी कास्ट करेगा.
You see, there is a lot of favoritism.
हाँ.
जो कि साफ सी बात है.
आप लोग अवेल करते हैं उस फेवरेटिज्म को?
No, if I were, I'd be doing 3, 4, 5 dramas a year. But unfortunately, I don't. I think he's in the
अवेल
same.
करते हैं?
आप कोई फोन करना ना जी जी. No, see the thing again is आपको if the aim is to just be famous and just have a lot of money, right? And not so much of the art of what it is, then we should do like 20 soaps in the year and
Make all that dough.
plenty rich. And so what if it's a flop? Who cares? Means I got
Usually it isn't
money.
even a flop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people have said this to me.
Yeah.
तुम बेवकूफ हो, तुम्हें तो साल के 6 ड्रामे करने चाहिए and just 6 महीने के लिए go travel with that money. And I'm thinking, I cannot do that. I need मेरा नाम और मेरा art मेरे लिए important है. I cannot just pick something randomly
So you do
and just
maybe
do
one
it.
drama a year?
Yeah, that's how it's been.
You do
because
a
that's how
few,
picky I
a
am.
little more than that.
1 or 2 to 3, maybe 3. And I've done 3 at once, and that was a train wreck for me. It was very difficult. It's very difficult to
अच्छा,
manage.
तीन एक साथ हो रहे
Yeah,
होते हैं?
yeah. यही हुआ था कि delays आ गए थे because of COVID and other
हाँ, I
reasons.
know. A lot of actors went through that during COVID.
Yeah.
कि वो delays आए और फिर एक साथ shoots हो रहे हैं.
Yeah, so I
Dude,
had
I-
3 running at the same time. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I had 3 running at the same week, right? तो
Oh.
एक दिन ये, एक दिन वो, एक दिन वो. Then
अच्छा,
repeat.
सब में roles फर्क थे कि सब में
Yeah.
आप वो
No, not
अच्छे
vastly
बेटे बने
different.
हुए थे, अच्छे भाई.
एक था वो नीली जिंदा है,
Okay.
ठीक है,
Right.
where I'm this बुड्ढा. तो एक वो करना है, उसकी जो उसका जो get up है and all that hard work, it's so painful to do. The next day I started to forget which character am I
Oh.
in this moment, like, and I think I said the wrong name in a scene while shooting. And they're like, wait, hello. I'm like, oh no, sorry. So I get confused easily when it comes to that, right? So it's too much. One cannot do it. And she's right, यार, कि आर्ट को आर्ट की तरह लेना, हमने इसको दिहाड़ी बना दिया.
Unfortunately, in the recent times, in fact, right around COVID, when COVID hit Pakistan, it got worse for actors, you know, because pay cut hua bahut bada, and then uske baad, you know, we're all aware how you have to chase your own money. कि please, paise de de. It's such. I mean, I started to
It's
feel.
comical.
Dude, it's horrible because I'm like, मुझे लग रहा है किसी से उधार मांग रही हूँ. It's
big
my
money.
money.
Yeah.
Just pay me.
Yeah.
I came on time. I did my work. I didn't bug you. I was completely professional. The least you can do is pay me on time. But nothing. And it's just.
So listen, if you had to live your life again, would you be actors?
Yes.
Not in this country.
Well,
no,
that's
bro.
एक तो कहीं और पहले
that's a
पैदा हो गए.
subclause. Yeah,
पहले कहीं
that's
और
a
पैदा हो
subclause. Yeah. No, I would have still
If
been
you
an
were
actor.
born in Pakistan
Yeah.
again,
Yes.
here in with this industry to contend with,
I would pick something else that would be creative.
Huh.
Because I'm a very creative-minded person. I don't think I would pick being an actor knowingly. I stumbled into this thing. I had no idea. This, you know, the acting thing was very accidental for me. It was just like, acha, haan, ye hai, chalo, theek hai, I'll go for an audition, and then I got
and
cast,
then wo,
you know.
haan,
And then
everything
the ball
just
got rolling and
haan.
everything. But I think I knowing that everything that I know now, after having the knowledge and dealt with people for the past 10 years and the way people are.
and the constant struggle. कितनी struggle है.
Every day is a struggle and in new ways, you know. वक्त बदला, 5 साल पहले कुछ और struggles थी, अब struggles थोड़ी सी time के साथ
और एक
update
पे
हो
टाइम
गई.
पे मिलना तो बहुत ही पेनफुल चीज़ है because
is.
naturally this is your bread and butter. You're running your and Osama, you would very happily be an actor again. ये सब आप बर्दाश्त कर
Unfortunately,
लेंगे for the love of
unfortunately,
performing.
I would hate it. I would, as one would. Like there are days when it's like,
Yeah.
bas kar do, bas kar do.
But you know what? If we didn't love what we do,
Yeah, we wouldn't do it.
be
आप
here.
अभी भी
छोड़ चुके
छोड़
होते।
देते।
Yeah,
हाँ।
exactly.
Choke
Yeah,
yaar.
yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
It's very difficult to make your place in this industry in these times. And you know, I think कि अगर मैं वाकई मुझे as an actor वो satisfaction नहीं मिलती और ये मेरा passion नहीं होता, मैं नहीं करती है।
और कभी
Yeah.
फ्रेंड्स और फैमिली कहते हैं कि छोड़ दो, बहुत मुश्किल है, छोड़ दो।
मुश्किल नहीं, they have other concerns. उस पे मुझे कभी-कभी सुनने को मिलता है कि why are you doing this? Just leave it. When I have my bad days, you know, I'll have a bad day at work and I know everything is going wrong and I'll be like crying in a corner. My mother will come, she's like, you don't need to do this. Leave it. Do something else. And I'm like, but I love this job. So yeah.
Not so much for me though.
Okay.
So I'm the first in my family, their family, to come into the arts. After me was my brother. So for me, when I said that I wanted to be an actor, वो तो एक अजीब सा धचका पड़ा था ना सबको। तुम्हें क्या करना है?
ये भी होता है।
तो though they were okay with it, but मुझे कभी-कभी when they see like payments नहीं आ रही हैं,
Yeah.
कोई checks नहीं आ रहे हैं, though a good amount's coming, but it's not coming, right?
Yeah.
It's just taking its time. तो वहाँ पे family देखती कहते हैं Osama, why do you do this to yourself? Like, why do you do this to yourself? Just why don't you have a side gig? चलो, don't quit, do a side gig, right? Have a side business or whatever. I'm like, when we start working, when we do a project, हमारे पास time नहीं होता कि हम कुछ और कर
Yeah,
सकें.
you throw yourself into it. Yes.
Not just the psychological element,
Physically.
actual time. Like
Yes.
12 घंटे 14 घंटे अगर आप लगे में एक चीज़ कर रहे हैं और फिर उसके बाद आप एक साइड बिजनेस देखें या उसके दौरान आप देखें तो आप कैसे you won't be able to do either.
It
फिर
turns
दोनों
into a
हाथों से
distraction.
जाएगा. Yeah,
For both
it
the
becomes too
things.
much.
You
नहीं, and
can't.
you can't, it's not humanly possible.
Yeah.
अगर आप सुबह 10 बजे से रात 10 बजे तक काम कर रहे हैं,
Yeah.
कभी-कभी संडेज को भी काम कर रहे हैं,
Yeah.
आप साइड गिग किस वक्त, अच्छा वो आप हैं, तो आप चलें.
Yeah.
But
So-
you would still do this all over again. Should you be born
Unfortunately.
again? So you asked for this.
Yes, this is my own doing. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So I think the love and the passion for
Yeah.
it. You know.
I think
so-
only people with passion can survive in this industry because it's so difficult. It's very demanding. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices, like not being there at home when you're really, really required to be.
Yeah.
You know, आप set पे फंसे हुए हैं, रात के 2 बज रहे हैं, you want to go home, you're tired. But you know that this is what you really want to do. This is where you want to be. So you make those sacrifices, and then you put your art out, and then लोग ट्विटर पे गालियाँ देते हैं.
नहीं, तारीफें भी करते हैं.
तारीफें भी करते हैं. बहुत सारे अच्छे
Think
लोग हैं.
positive. You've got a movie coming up.
I have a feeling this is going to become a meme now.
Which project of yours do you treasure the most in your memory?
Oh. Are you thinking?
My first theater play ever.
Theater, not drama.
No. Theater.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ever. Your very first
My very first, yeah.
step into acting. Yeah? Was it?
Well, it wasn't a step into acting. It was the first. Well, yes, it was. But at that time, professionally wanting to be an actor was not even a thought. I was in university, and I just.
अच्छा, आप
did
उसमें
it.
हीरो थे, विलन
No,
थे.
in fact, yeah, I was the antagonist. Well, I was one of the antagonists. It was a murder mystery
अच्छा.
play. So
Okay.
I was one of the suspects, right? So not a fantastic play. हम बच्चे थे, सबके सब स्टूडेंट्स थे जिन्होंने खुद लिख के डायरेक्ट करके खड़ा कर दिया था. तो the process of the rehearsals and what we
Yeah.
did and how we
Yes.
did it and what it was, I still remember days of those rehearsals. कि फलाना के घर पे हमने क्या किया था, फलाना के घर पे क्या किया था, उस दिन हमने क्या खाया था. I remember me and the co-director had memorized the entire script. So on our way back from rehearsal, we would run the play in the car.
Oh.
तो 1 घंटा हम हर एक की
बोलते
लाइन्स कर रहे
रहते.
होते थे.
हाँ?
हाँ.
अच्छा.
मैं एक लाइन फिर वो एक लाइन. फिर किसी की line, फिर किसी, and then we would imitate how they would perform, how the other actors would do it. So that process and what we did and how we did that, that is my most treasured memory.
Okay.
But to give you a better answer than that, I would say कि ऐसा काम जो अभी करके मुझे लगे कि हाँ, now as a professional actor, I can say that यहाँ पे मैंने कुछ किया है, has yet to happen.
Okay. You're waiting for it. Okay. And you?
I think most people would
Assume it to be Humsafar.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, it's not actually. Because Humsafar mein, I was completely, I had no idea what I was doing. So I was following an instinct and I was listening to the director and I was like, jo wo kahenge, main usi daire mein reh ke, I'll create something. It was a very scary time for me, but the play where I feel like it's one of the most beautiful things that I've done would be Saya Diwar Bhi Nahi.
Achha.
It was a very special play for me because of the character itself. It's a young to old journey. And in my life, it was a very, very difficult time that I was going through. So that play was kind of cathartic for me.
Achha.
You know?
Helped you get out of the emotional turmoil.
And I got to really let go and become that character and just live her life. And, you know, it was, I think that for me is, out of everything that I've done, that is my favorite.
Okay.
It's got a lot of beautiful memories attached to it.
Following your marriage and then your divorce, I think a lot of focus shifted from your career to your personal life. जो considering how career का शुरू ही था, कोई इतने आगे नहीं होता, आपके लिए मुश्किल हुआ होगा, difficult हुआ होगा.
Yeah, I mean, of course it was difficult.
काम की जगह कुछ और ही बात हो रही होती थी.
Because I was somebody who was just starting out, you know, and my first play was Humsafar and it just skyrocketed. That put me on the map, you know, for good things and for bad things as well.
That's the spotlight.
So, you know, it was a very difficult transition to go from there and then pull yourself out of it and then stand up again.
अच्छा.
So yeah, it required a lot of strength and a lot
उसके बाद से have you become more protective about your personal life?
Absolutely.
क्योंकि वो तकलीफ होती है, जाहिर है आपकी कोई खुशी तो नहीं होती ना, मुश्किलें होती हैं. We're all humans, so we go through tough times.
देखिए, I
उसके
think
बाद
every person goes through something or the other in their lives that, you know, leaves them with not such pleasant memories or experiences. Like I said, lessons learned, you know, आप सीखते हैं अपनी हर गलती से. But yeah, it was difficult and I think that's when I actually realized how strong I was to be able to step out of that and then build myself up again. So it was a great transition period for me, and yes, that absolutely has made me into that person where I don't want to share. आप लोगों को समझा नहीं सकते. आप किस को समझाएं?
आप क्यों समझाएं?
आप क्यों समझाएं?
You know, like he said, we are here as artists, and we want people to look at our work. Either you criticize it or appreciate it. It should be about the work. You know, हमारी जो personal life है, उसामा की जो personal life है, मेरी है या जाले की है, वो हमारा पर्सनल स्पेस है. उसमें मैं तो एटलीस्ट लोगों को इनवाइट नहीं कर सकती कि अब आप ये भी मेरी जिंदगी का हिस्सा देखिए और आप ये भी. नो, दैट्स वेयर आई ड्रॉ द लाइन कि नहीं, आप यहाँ तक देख सकते हैं. इससे आगे जो है वो मेरी फैमिली और मेरे जो फ्रेंड्स हैं, जो मेरे जानने वाले हैं, जिनको मैं बहुत प्यार करती हूँ, वो इस चीज़ का हिस्सा बनेंगे. तो मैं बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट हूँ इस चीज़ में. आई डोंट अलाउ पीपल टू गेट इनटू माय पर्सनल स्पेस एनीमोर बिकॉज आई लर्न द हार्ड वे.
Osama, you haven't had such horrible experiences, and yet you are very private.
You haven't had any hard life lessons in your life, have you?
But you're still very private.
Yeah.
That's just the way you're made.
Yeah.
So for me, one element is I am quite an introvert. I try to keep to myself as much as I can. I have a very small net of friends.
अच्छा. इंडस्ट्री फ्रेंड्स हैं कि इंडस्ट्री से बाहर के?
इंडस्ट्री के बाहर के हैं.
इंडस्ट्री में दोस्तियां नहीं हो सकती.
वही दोस्त हैं. अच्छा. वही हैं. इंडस्ट्री के अंदर I think I know a few people now, and I am friends with a few.
But are they the kind of friends that you would depend
No,
on?
no.
and-
Those friends are the
acquaintances.
sort.
बचपन के होते हैं
वो हाँ
यार।
वो दोस्त वैसे हैं कि जिनके माँ बाप मेरे माँ बाप हैं
Yeah.
मतलब वो सीन
Oh,
अलग
those
है
are the best kind of friends.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah right
If
so
they're still living in the same city as you, you're very lucky.
thank God
I
thank
am,
God
mashallah.
yeah alhamdulillah same here
Yeah.
so okay so what I believe in when it comes to this is that I think a bit of mystery goes a long way.
Yeah.
And I think also like when it comes to your roles, if they know you,
Yeah.
right? And then they see you in a character, they don't see you, which is what they probably want to see,
Yeah.
right?
It's what you want them to see also. You want them to see the character rather than you.
Yeah.
right?
And then they get
To believe
disappointed
the
कि भाई ये तो but he's not doing what he does on TikTok or whatever it is. तो यहाँ पे तो it's like भाई then
So you're not on TikTok.
oh no.
No.
Though to be fair, I've installed it a few times. मुझे समझ ही नहीं आया कि ये है क्या करूँ क्या अब Instagram की reels भी आ गई हैं it's like what do I do with these reels man
बात
capture
सुनिए
जो
आप
कितना
दोनों
कर
जो
रहा है
इतनी ये आर्टिस्टिक बातें कर रहे हैं इतनी
It's
love
not
for the craft
artistic.
की जो
Dude,
बात
it's
कर
not
रहे हैं
artistic. But it's not artistic
10 साल
though.
बाद do you want to be well off earning with a
Probably
investments
not.
here and there?
I don't know.
वो काम छोड़
Wouldn't
के
want
stage
to
पे
be. I mean, you know, no.
you do one player here.
Yeah.
No, but see now that's unfortunate, right? That the criteria for art is not art anymore.
It's quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
that's
quality
not
anymore.
That's not how it's
art then.
supposed to be,
फिर
Osama.
आप
Yes.
बिस्किट बनाए ना फिर आप बिस्किट बनाए
तो ये क्या फैक्ट्री तो लगी हुई है
बिल्कुल लगी हुई है तो
लेकिन उस फैक्ट्री का आप लोग हिस्सा नहीं होना चाहते which is very commendable.
I don't think it's commendable.
In this day and age, it's a problem.
I don't think it's commendable, and I don't think it's a bad thing either, right?
Yeah.
It's a thing that now exists.
देखिए, if it works for somebody, doesn't
Yeah.
mean
Well and
it
good.
will work for him. The same thing is going to
Yeah,
work for
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Maybe if we started doing that, we would lose that passion that we have. You know, शायद अभी तक वो
But you'll
retain
gain
इसलिए
money,
हुआ है।
maybe.
Sure, yeah. That's the cost benefit analysis,
Yeah,
right?
you
That's
can't have
what it is.
everything. You
Yeah.
can't have your cake and eat it too. You know.
Yeah.
So
हाँ ठीक
You
है
can try.
सही है. I mean you can
Sometimes.
you can try and
Yeah.
you'll maybe 10 years down the line you'll look back and you'll be proud of what you've
Yeah.
done rather than cringing कि वो पैसे तो मिल
Yeah.
गए लेकिन ये मैंने किया. I hope at least
Inshallah.
See, one
ऐसे
just
भी
needs to.
नहीं पैसे भी मिल ही जाए वैसे ये क्या
पैसे सबको मिले
हाँ.
काम जो कर रहे हैं और जिस तरह कर रहे हैं जिस इंटेग्रिटी के साथ आप कर रहे हैं बस वो कायम रहे राइट सो अगेन दिस इज व्हाई आई सेड व्हाट आई सेड अर्लियर कि मेक एफर्ट्स इन थिएटर बिकॉज़ आई रियली बिलीव लाइक इट्स समथिंग एल्स मैन
अच्छा बिफोर दिस इंटरव्यू यू आस्क्ड मी के फॉर्मेट क्या है तो मैंने कहा था एंड में डांस होगा लेकिन कार्मा में तो कोई गाना ही नहीं है so I can't ask you
गाने
that.
हैं
नहीं वो वाले गाने
वो
नहीं
वाले
हैं
गाने
जिन पे
नहीं
आप-
परफॉर्मेंस सॉन्ग्स नहीं है ना
आपने ट्रेलर में तो सुना है ना आपने
Yes.
जो गाना जो चल रहा है
There's a
right at the
background
end
score and
right
all
at the
that.
end you've heard the song right in the car chase
yes
yeah you want us to dance to that song
We can't. We can headbang to it.
she's saying we can't
We can headbang to
ठुमके
it,
नहीं
but-
चलेंगे उस पे yeah
But, you know, Karma में हम दोनों का किरदार ऐसा है कि वो करते भी होंगे ये चीजें.
so who's the
You know,
bad
they
guy
give
at
a-
the end
I think we're all bad guys.
Really?
Maybe we're all good guys. I think characters को अगर देखा जाए तो हर character के इतने shades हैं.
अच्छा that's good
Yeah, because
That's
आपको
interesting.
लगेगा कि शायद एक point पे ये बहुत गलत है, फिर आपको लगेगा नहीं यार ये सही है. You kind of empathize and then एक point पे you'll be very angry with me and then you'll be like no dude, you know, I get her. I understand why she did that. Same is the case with Jali. So there's so many different shades to all the characters and character driven कहानी जो होती है ना कि everybody is bringing something different
Yeah.
to the table and that is what makes Karma such a tight knit story, you know, कि आप एक second के लिए भी आप पलक नहीं झपक सकते.
चलिए
Have to
फिर
pay
तो हम
attention.
देखेंगे that's a good conclusion to our interview
you sold it
yeah thank you so much both
Thank
of you
you.
this was
Thank you so much for having us.
eye opening thank you